Okay, yes, we're back.
Alright, we'll bring it back again.
After 2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks. Did you miss us? Say the truth. Did you actually miss us?
Like, for real.
I'm sure they missed us too.
Well, in that 2 weeks, let me see if I can round up what has happened in the last 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, Messi has scored 11 goals in 2 matches. Has had 11 goal contributions in 2 matches. Let me correct that. 11 goal contribution in 2 matches. Nigerian team was harassed in Libya. Thomas Tuchel is not the manager of England. Sam, what do you make of that?
Thomas Tuchel, manager of England. For me, right, I do not think that England's problem is the manager.
Okay.
Genuinely, I do not think the England's problem, but I think we'll discuss that after our roundup.
Okay. So, it's the EPL. Like I always tell you every week, this is not a financial advice, it's just our thoughts. But if you're looking at it, first week we did this, we got 9 predictions correctly. The last time we got 8 predictions correctly. So
we are A students.
We are A students. So let's quickly run down the matches for the week. We start with Spurs versus West Ham. Sam.
Spurs versus West Ham. Angie versus the person that I've always been having issues with.
Lopetegui.
I swear. Spurs are at home.
Yeah.
Spurs will not lose this game.
Okay.
They won't. I know. Lopetegui actually showed some character last week. Right? The last time they played, and they actually performed well. They played well. I think they won the game, right? But Spurs will not lose this game. They might draw. But I think that Spurs will actually win this one 2-1.
So I get Fulham versus Aston Villa. My honeymoon boys, Fulham. That's like an extension of Arsenal FC these days. So I have emotional attachments with them, and so Aston Villa, they have been here and there. They've been firing no cylinders in the Champions League. Put 5 past young boys. Put 3 past their.
You beat Bayern.
Beat Bayern 1-0.
That's a statement.
That's a statement. But then it's been a bit of mixed form for them in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They've won some, they've lost some, they've drawn some others. I feel Fulham are on the ascendancy, and they only narrowly lost to City. You know that day I predicted that it was either going to be the best they could get was a draw, but they were this close to getting it. Well, the City one, it was a cagey game. I think they would want to make a statement at Craven Cottage this weekend. So a Fulham win, a narrow Fulham win or draw. Yeah.
You know, I find something interesting. Guardiola made a statement. He said the Champions League is easier to win than the Premier League.
Yes.
Now, when you look at it, Aston Villa are doing well in the Champions League. They are still doing well in the Premier League, but they are shaking the Premier League. Now, when you go back to the season where Leicester were in the Champions League, they got to the quarterfinals and they lost narrowly to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
They lost narrowly to Atletico Madrid. And
that season they didn't finish in the top 8.
They were almost relegated. They were battling relegation. That's when they had to sack Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
They had to sack Wanega and employ Shakespeare and all of that. And they were struggling in the Premier League. So I think that just makes a statement that sometimes that Premier League is really not out there. So I think I will agree with you. You say Fulham can actually get something out of this game. I'm not sure if they win, but I know they will get something out of this game.
I'm saying I'm bold about it. A draw or a win for Fulham. So that means you get Ipswich versus
Everton.
For
me, it's a flat out draw. I see a draw in this game. I do not see Ipswich actually winning this game. Neither do I see them losing this game. I'm not sure. Everton has not convinced me yet. but I see a flat out draw in this game. Ipswich versus Everton. I see a flat out draw. And of course, this guy is actually on fire. Don't sleep on Delap. Don't sleep on him. That's on fire. I think that you should actually look out.
I took note of Delap in their last game week. He scored their only goal. They lost the game.
They lost the game. That was against West Ham, right?
Yeah, they lost the game. But then it's just a bright spark. And if you're looking for a cheap striker, FPL, that's an FPL.
He's an asset. He's a differential.
He's a differential. So that means I get Man U versus Brentford.
Hey, let me hear you.
ETH, the Braha is still going on. Brentford are scoring goals in the early minutes of the game for
50 minutes.
Four games in a row. We thought 3 times was a charm, and they weren't going to repeat it. They got their first goal against Wolves in 1 minute 15 seconds.
That's second minute.
After 32 touches.
Do you see that thing? Like, that was actually a very. It was
So-
actually like you have to give it to them.
Yeah.
It was actually very brilliant.
And it's looking
effort.
like Man U we have Johnny Evans at left back this weekend.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
So it's looking like the run is not about to stop. But whatever Brentford we get from this game will be highly dependent on if they are going to be disciplined at the back. Because as much as they've been scoring goals early on in matches, they have not been disciplined. They scored against Man City in the first minute of the game, and before the 10th minute, Man City was back level. They did the same thing against Tottenham. They did the same thing against Wolves, and even the game before that, where they scored in the first minute. So, if Brentford turns up to be a disciplined team, scoring will not be a problem against Man U. Their run of 4 straight clean sheets is going. Man U will consider on Saturday. But whatever Man U will get from this game will be dependent on Brentford's
Ability to stay compact.
yes, stay compact at the back. I don't see Man U escaping this. At best, they'll get a draw. But if Brentford is very disciplined, they'll get a victory.
I think I agree with Brentford scoring. I think they are a team that actually know. You know, there's a difference between scoring and knowing how to get goals. They are a team that knows how to get goals. They are a team that
Exactly.
knows how to break down that defense. So I think that Man U's defense is not in top shape to actually hold them back. I think I agree that they will actually get their goal. I don't know if it's going to come in the first minute, but I agree with the fact that they're going to get a goal. But that means Newcastle versus Brighton. This is one of those tricky games. This is one of those tricky games. But both teams will actually get a goal. Right? And I think I'm seeing Newcastle actually snatching this by a very lean chance. Newcastle, I see a very lean chance.
Brighton have been shaky.
So I see Newcastle just snatching by a very lean chance, but both teams actually, I see both teams actually getting a goal, and that's what I think is going to happen. Start.
Southampton, Leicester City. Battle of the new boys. I feel for a team not having as much good players as other teams, Southampton plays too expansively to not be beaten easily. Yeah, they play. So after Man City, they are the second team that builds up from the back for all of their play. After Man City, even Arsenal is 7th.
Oh,
Yes,
so who's third? Who's before Arsenal? And who here?
even Man U is before Arsenal.
No wonder Arteta has actually been tweaking it. No wonder they call him Dark Arts Master. He has actually been tweaking it.
He has been tweaking
Yeah.
his tactics these days. So, for Leicester City, I think they are growing in confidence these days, and against Championship boys like them, I think they'll nick this narrowly. And depending, it could pay off for Southampton such that their expansive football will catch Leicester City unawares, and they'll get 3 points. Well, I don't see a draw. One of both teams would win, but I strongly think that
Leicester City will take it. Now, talking about this expansive football, something happened last season, and Burnley came to the league, and from the beginning till the end, they maintained their staff, even when they were relegation threatened, till they got relegated. They maintained their staff. Something positive came out of that. Vincent Company,
Burnley, you meant,
What
not
was-
Bournemouth.
Burnley, right? Vincent Company was taken up by Bayern Munich. Now a lot of people said, yeah, teams are relegated and all of that. I think football is evolving now, right? In
course.
terms of how recruitment happens, right?
Mhm.
People look at patterns and look at individual,
Yes, not
how you fit into the structure.
structure, not.
So, and that's why it looks like it's working out for him at Bayern, because
Of course.
I think what Bayern saw was the fact that Vincent Company was able to maintain. They came out a lot against many guys, and you could see that these guys played well,
Mhm.
but they just lacked the players to execute
Whatever it is.
whatever it is. And for a lot of clubs, they come to the Premier League and they have to adapt. they have to once they, even if you're playing advanced. I think the only club that has done that was able to maintain that was Norwich. Then they came back twice and they were able to still maintain their attacking, but they still had to tweak it a little bit. A lot of clubs when it comes to the Premier League, they have to now adjust and sit back to play to their
Of course.
to their style,
Strength.
to their strength rather, right? But Burnley did that, and probably you say it was a company sacrificed Burnley for his personal, probably not intentionally.
Of course,
But
but
of
then
course, that's how you play that. Because why are you doing that? You don't have the players to execute this. Why are you attacking?
just ask, we should ask Southampton's manager.
You attack Man City the first day and you collect normal.
3-0.
You collect normal and then well, anyways, it is well. So I think Southampton are probably or Bournemouth, Southampton are probably on the are looking at that kind of thing, just map putting at their style. Yes, we are this and we are not going to change our identity. I pity you.
Good job, Ken. Now you get Bournemouth versus Arsenal.
Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Hey, guys, Bournemouth. They don't. To be honest with you, let's be real. They don't have anything to play against Arsenal. Like, let's be real. What do you ask? I mean, you. Like they do not. No, legit. I think. But you see, I'm always wary when it comes to certain things. I say, oh, this is certain to happen. I mean, what if? There is no what if, but see that what if in me. But Arsenal cannot lose this game. Let's be real. Bournemouth will collect, right? Probably in the first 10 minutes. Expect a goal from Arsenal.
Okay.
Right, Bournemouth will collect. They will collect. They will collect. You cannot. There are games that you might say, oh, they might, but no, not Arsenal. You collect against Arsenal.
So that takes us to Wolves versus Man City. By the way, Bournemouth, Arsenal. If Arsenal wins, that means they go top of the table until at least Liverpool plays the next day. So, but Wolves versus Man City. The last time Man City lost at the Etihad, guess who they lost against? Wolves.
Wait, was it that game that Man City got a red card, or Wolves got a red card?
I don't know. I think last season.
Was it last season? Was last season?
Well, they didn't lose to Wolves last season.
Oh, okay. It was not last season they lost.
It was 2 seasons ago. That was the last time they lost at Etihad.
Okay.
And it was this Wolves.
Because I remember there was a game that Man City were winning 2-0 and Wolves got a red card. And with that red card, it came to win
3-2. But this Wolves and Man City have always served us good games, proper football. I remember there was a time Wolves scored from a direct free kick
against Man
City. So it should, on paper, it should seem like an easy match. But if Man City would win this one, it's going to be scrappy. Or maybe too easy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I feel Wolves can put up a fight. Although they've been terrible this season, but we don't know. They might get Man City and turn to prime Barcelona. Who knows as well?
These guys collected against Chelsea.
I know 6-2. That's why I said they've been actually very terrible this season. We actually have seen them terrible this season. But I don't think Man City would win, but it's not going to be as free flowing as we expect it to be.
I mean, we have not been seeing a lot of free flowing football from Man City recently. So of course, I don't think anybody should be surprised that Man City are not as dominant as they naturally are. Since they lost
Rodri.
It's been evident in their play and all of that. But yeah, I think I would agree with you. And Wolves are actually the best on one side when they actually come to the game. Another thing that was suffered in the hands is Man United. There was a time it was 0-1, 1-0, 0-0. Like that was binary. Like they kept Man United has struggled against Wolves. Like they've struggled against Wolves. But yeah, I agree with you, Sham.
So you get a big one of the weekend. I think we're watching this match together, right?
Yeah, by the way, we're going to be watching this match together. Banter Click and Every Sport, we're going to be watching this match with our community members. So if you're going to be a community member, just send us a DM on all social media platforms that will be showing on your screen right now. Send us a DM and we will invite you to watch the match with us. Chelsea versus Liverpool. It's supposed to be an easy game, but it's not going to be an easy game, right?
No games are easy these days.
But I think Liverpool will win this game.
Okay.
I think Chelsea will score, right? Chelsea will score, but I think Liverpool have that extra edge Right? Chelsea are doing well. They are better than they used to be. Right? They are now look like a more serious side, right? But I think just for the fact that Liverpool have that confidence. Do you understand? Liverpool have that confidence. Liverpool have that confidence. Yeah, of course, they also have the discipline, right? Chelsea, they are still, you can still see that childishness in their team.
Against Nottingham Forest, we said it was going to be tight. We said it was going to be scrappy, and it was tight.
It was
they lost their cool at some point in the game.
You can still see that childishness that they are not able to maintain that discipline for a long period. If Noni Madueke is not doing his own, Kopama is doing his own, and although Kopama always comes up eventually, but I think Liverpool would edge this one. I genuinely think Liverpool would edge this one because of their compactness, their confidence, and their discipline.
The Arsenal fan in me is saying Liverpool should draw this one.
I mean, I won't be surprised if Liverpool draw the game, but I think Liverpool
should it. So it means the final game of the weekend, Monday Night Football, Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace. The people that they've only lost one game this season versus Crystal Palace, who has been beaten. They've lost, they've drawn, they've won. They've not been so good in this season. While Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, have been compact. They've handed Liverpool their only loss of the season. So a Nottingham Forest victory or a draw. Crystal Palace can't survive going to Forest home with a victory. I don't think so. So, and that's it for the weekend.
So now, Samuel, FPL now, right? We are coming off like in 2 weeks. So form has gone and come, right? Different players have now form has been reshuffled basically. Of course. Who are you looking at your main assets? Your differential, your captain, and your goalkeeper?
My goalkeeper is still Mark Flecken. I know Brentford has been shaking it in his defense, but he gives me a lot of saves. So whatever he loses in clean sheets, he compensates me in saves and bonuses. So my captain, Erling Haaland, and that's because I fear if Saka would not start. So I'd rather a safe option than being sorry. So although the last game week Saka was my captain and I was hugely rewarded for it. So that weekend at Haaland, Blanc, and everybody
was like
me. I was laughing. I was smiling to the bank with points.
And then that makes sense because you are the only one that you are one of the few people that had Saka as captain. Everybody just puts Haaland on default.
So, but now I've had Haaland as my captain and my differential. You know who?
Yes.
And I'm sure I'm already. People already know this guy because
you've been talking about
I've been talking about him. But this time I would say Raul Jimenez
for your differential. Oh, okay.
Recently, yeah.
I think he lost his form when he left. He was at the point,
yeah.
And then Johnny Fulham. This season actually, he seems to be actually getting himself back.
Of course.
That's very, very interesting.
So for you?
For me, to be honest with you, you see that goalkeeper is one of the most annoying. The most annoying this thing. Who's going to be my goalkeeper of the weekend? David Raya.
David Raya.
I think Arsenal have the most chances of getting a clean sheet, right? I think Arsenal do have the highest chance of getting a clean sheet. Possibly a penalty save. Possibly. Right? I think Arsenal do have the highest chance of getting a clean sheet. Then as for my differential, Villa.
Of course.
Man on fire. I really believe that guy. I love that guy. But I think he's actually going to he's giving at least in the worst case scenario and assist, but I think he's actually going to talk as a differential. Then as for my striker,
your captain, right?
My captain, Mohamed Salah.
Against Chelsea? Yeah, he has the record against Chelsea. He will score. He will turn up. Yeah.
Mohamed Salah will turn up.
That's true.
He will turn up against Chelsea.
He always do.
He always turns up against Chelsea. So I think that's it.
Yeah, and that's it. Don't forget, if you're interested in our community watch party,
send us a DM.
Just send us a DM.
Once again, I am Samuel Davis of Banter Click.
And I'm Samuel Ojetunde of Iris World. Signing out.
But before we leave, I want to talk about something. I said I was going to talk about this thing.
That's
Samuel, Libya versus Nigeria. What's your take?
So I talked about this a lot on our WhatsApp community, and what they were saying that they were treated badly. They were the architects of their own misfortune in Nigeria. Because how do you have a game in Uyo and you're landing in Port Harcourt? You were offered that, okay, go and land in Uyo. You don't want to pay, you are cutting costs. Oh yeah, take bus. You said no, you go and get bus yourself. Oh yeah, wait for the bus, you get yourself. Sit on the chair. No, you went to sit on the floor. You took a few pictures. And that was Nigeria mistreating you. So now using that as a reason for retaliating, now that doesn't have a place in football. I don't see, for me, if CAF would say we should replay the game, that's not fair. Either give Libya the 3 points or you give us the 3 points. As for scheduling the game, I'm not open to it as a Nigerian, because Nigeria wanted to play that game at whatever cost. But the Libyans were just mischievous and stupid or foolish, if I may use that word. So that's just my take. They were the architects of their own failure. So that narrative of retaliation cannot work for me. They have to just say something else.
Because I mean, where is this sportsmanship?
Of course,
like you were treated in any kind of way. You didn't come out to say, "Oh, this is what we are doing," and you just kept it within yourself. To me, that's mischievous. You just kept it within yourself and you just said, "Oh, we wait for you," and then you deliberately showed them pepper. You didn't. you showed them pepper because that was pepper. How do you did that? You did that intentionally.
It's not even the delay. It's the fact that you put people's life at risk. Aviation fuel is such that they measure it exact location where you are going. That's where the fuel is supposed to last you. You not divert. They are close to landing. You divert them to 2 hours 30 minutes away.
Like to me, that was like no. The fact that people are now saying because you guys did it first and you are like, oh now, come on, it doesn't work that way. You didn't. Oh, it's now that you're now tagging CAF and you're now saying CAF should take. Why didn't you do that? All of that. You had how many days? You had about 2 days. Why didn't you do all of that before the game? Worst comes to the worst, you say we were treated like this. You're not playing the match.
Exactly.
We would understand. I mean, naturally, to be honest with you, Nigerians, we don't naturally trust.
We don't trust our government official like that.
So, but on this one, come on now. And the fact that you see one thing that you see when Nigerians face you, when we are ready to face you, we put everything, all our biases, everything aside
and we'll face you.
And we will come and face you squarely, and that's what happened. And I think that actually made a statement. I was very impressed, most especially by the captain, William Ekong. He handled it very well. His communication, talking about what happened, and what excited me the most was when I saw we will not, in capital letter, we will not play this game. That was a statement.
At that point, I was still even thinking, I lie. Like in my head, normal Nigeria is just his initial gragra. When they leave the airport, they will play the game. But 4 hours later, they've not left the airport. That was when I just took my mind off it. This game, they're not going to play.
For me, the moment I saw that, I was excited. I started reporting and I was like, oh, you're not playing. I know that I believe that there's no way we can continue to play the game. Look at what you do. Because you see the interesting about football, and what people need to know is that football, you need to be at your 100%.
Of course.
To be able to have a fair game. That's a fair chance at showing what you can do, right? You've put people that want to use that. That's why I love in MPFL, a lot of home teams. Actually, there was a time that away teams never win. When you travel 6-7 hours distances by bus, your legs are weak. You are sitting down for 6 hours. You don't want to use that same leg to play football. No, now you did not sleep well. You are sleeping on bench. You understand? You are sleeping on the bench.
It's not even what they did to our incoming CAF African player of the year.
I'm sure you understand. Like you can't put her for floor. Me can't share bed with. How do you want to play under such conditions? Like it was practically. It's not even a matter of vexing or it was practically impossible because you've tilted the odds against them. There's no what can they do for you.
What else?
You people are professionals as well. As much as I say you people don't have fame, you guys are professional. You have rested well, you've done everything, you've eaten well, they did not even eat.
Nigeria even provided a flight for them out of Nigeria. So I got to read.
You understand that Nigeria provided a flight for them out of Nigeria, and they can't play like it was practically impossible for you to play after going through such.
I'm seeing reports, unconfirmed reports, that the game has been scheduled to match 2025, and Libya slapped with $10 million fine, and they will not play any home match in 2026. At the time of shooting this, that is unconfirmed. Well, I don't want the fact that this game will be rescheduled. Either you give them the 3 points or you give us the 3 points.
Interesting. To be honest, about that, I feel like I don't even know where I stand on that. I really don't know. I just want something that just shows that you've taken the concerns into consideration. Honestly, I was disappointed, but I understand diplomacy. I was disappointed at the fact that CAF did not make a statement on time. Right? There was a long delay when all of this was happening and everything. But I understand diplomacy. I understand probably you guys have to do that, but I was surprised I didn't come on time. You didn't come out early. You didn't make a statement about it early. These are your people, and then you kept posting about other matches. And I mean, maybe it's the bias in me as a Nigerian that I was speaking, but I just felt disappointed.
I felt very disappointed because I felt that was a state of emergency.
Like,
if needed wrapped up.
People are even saying that if they give you food, you should not eat. And I was like, is it that bad?
Bro, it's that bad. If not me, I don't go job safe now.
You never chop for many days.
Bro, I'd rather come back home. Libya to Kano was 3 hours, 40 something minutes by air. So I've not chopped for 1 day. I did not die. It's the 3 hours 45 minutes that I will not chop.
Our captain, as soon as he just can't find better semo.
Yes, swallow with the
So honest with you, another thing is that I used to think that footballers don't get to eat this kind of food. I think the first person that changed my perception was this guy. What's not this star at this month?
Karim
Adeyemi. I said that's food that used to make him run fast. And there's this video of him literally throwing fufu up like this and catching it, and I'm like, okay, that's why I'm like, oh, so you guys used to enjoy this kind of. I think they just have to portion it. And
yes, they just have to portion it, and they don't take it close.
But then I said, my language, my captain, the TSM, I'm like, oh, interesting. Yeah, you said they enjoy. People are not saying, I don't know, Nigerians people have problems. And nobody are not dragging that. They say there's no meat in that soup.
What if he's a vegetarian?
Also, the funny thing is, I think the team was also eating under the.
Maybe under the.
No, see, person don't go through that thing. I call it Jack. I think so days. I know it's out of love for the captain. I mean, the captain deserves a lot of love and support.
I haven't gone through that ordeal.
It does. And William Troost Ekong, you forever have my support and my respect. Now, man, I love that from the AFCON. Right, I've been seeing.
I really loved him from the AFCON.
Like I've been seeing the way he has been able to embody that leadership quality and everything. He has actually shown traits of an actual good leader that we actually need. You see, our team is still scattered, but that leadership in that team
is sorted.
It's actually. I wish you get to play a
couple
of years more.
Benin Republic, if you like, play Libya on us. So you are seeing what is happening to Libya. They are way smaller than that.
So they cannot. They even need us.
Of course,
you need us. You should be happy that Nigeria is coming to Benin Republic.
Of course,
a joke I do.
So that will be it this weekend.
See you next
week.
Ciao.
Ciao.
But this thing go long there, you.
Very long.
Well, sound of post this.
No, good.
The video is
yeah.
Nah. Will you remove it? We will still edit it now.
More.